1 week ago, Governor Tina Kotek finally signed the $4.3 billion transportation bill that she pushed so hard for. After a stop-and-start special session, House Bill 3991 cleared the legislature on September 29th, and it needed every Democrat vote to pass. Republicans resisted the package, saying the increases in the gas tax, registration fees, and payroll tax are too much. Democrats say the increases are needed to prevent hundreds of layoffs at the Oregon Department of Transportation and make a dent in the state's transportation needs, like fixing the roads. So why did the governor wait 6 weeks to ultimately sign the bill that she lobbied for? Most say it was to give opponents less time to mount an initiative challenge. Republican Representative Diehl of D-Scio and Senate Minority Leader Bruce Starr of Dundee leading the effort to take the issue to the voters next November. Representative Diehl, welcome to Eye on Northwest Politics.
Great to be with you, Ken.
Well, before we talk transportation, which we will do, you heard about the increase in ICE arrests over the past week in Oregon. You represent House District 17, which includes East Salem, Turner, Detroit, and of course Scio, where you live. The ICE arrests this week were not in your district, but they were right next door. So what do you think about the deportation efforts that have ramped up, and how is this affecting your district?
Well, it's concerning, and I'm still getting up to speed on what happened with those deportations. And this is a complicated issue. Unfortunately, we have a broken immigration system. I'm not in Congress to be there to fix it, but we have to deal with it. And we have bad elements that are coming across our border. We have criminals, we have human trafficking, and we have child trafficking going on. That's very concerning, and it's because of our border policies. But at the same time, I know people who've been here for decades. I've worshiped with them. I've led spiritual retreats with them. They're good people. They're living here. They raised their families here. They've made a good life here. So this is a complicated issue. It deserves a whole segment on its own.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm talking to people about this and to understand clearly what happened and how that's going to impact my community.
Yeah, this will be an ongoing issue for a while, I'm thinking. Okay, let's talk transportation. You were ready to go with this petition drive pretty much as soon as Governor Kotek signed it into law. You got about 45 days now until the end of next month to get 78,000 signatures. Are you confident you can get that done and take this to the voters?
We are going to do this. I'm confident. You know, the Constitution gives us 90 days to gather these signatures, but it's kind of an interesting thing. The Constitution also gives the governor 30 days, not counting weekends, to sign it. Well, we can't start gathering signatures. We can't even submit a referendum until she signs the bill. And she chose to delay signing the bill. She never gave a reason for that. The only reason we can think of is that she wanted to deny voters the opportunity to weigh in on this. And I think it's pretty outrageous. But in the process here, we have thousands of volunteers. We're also raising money. We are going to make history, I think, in Oregon, and we're going to get these signatures in record time.
Republicans objected to the price tag of this transportation package. Let's take a look at some of those numbers. We're talking a near doubling of vehicle registration fees, even more for title fees, a 6 cent a gallon increase in the gas tax, a doubling of the payroll tax. Does the petition address all of those issues, all of those problems with, in your view, the transportation package?
The petition is focused on 4 issues that are the most egregious to Oregonians: the gas tax, the registration fee increases, the title fee increase, and the doubling of the statewide payroll transit tax. And all told, that's over $4 billion over the next 10 years of taxes on Oregonians. And Oregonians have overwhelmingly said, we don't want that. I feel the governor right now is being tone deaf. This is the wrong time to be raising taxes on the Oregon people. 95% of the testimony on this bill was in opposition, and it was overwhelming, the amount of testimony that came in. We've done polling that shows 87% of Oregonians agree with us that they should have the opportunity to have an up or down vote on these taxes and fees, and 67% would outright repeal it today. So to have the governor and the Democrats basically ram this through with overwhelming opposition by the Oregon people. I think that's why we're bringing this to the people, and that's why we have this grassroots motivated support to get this on the ballot.
No one wants to see hundreds of layoffs at ODOT, and we do need to maintain our roads. So if not this, what's the alternative?
Yeah, that's a good question. And it's important that people know we want our roads maintained. In fact, that's priority number one, not just for me, but for the Oregon people. They expect maintained roads. They expect the roads to be plowed in the wintertime. So our issue is not whether we maintain our roads. Our issue is what are our ODOT priorities. And right now, our priorities are out of whack. We're not prioritizing maintenance over other things. I'll give you one example. In 2017, when that massive transportation tax was passed, all those tax and fee increases, only 6% could go to maintenance. 94% can't go to maintenance. That was a decision by the legislature. The legislature has also allocated money for subsidies on EVs, other green energy issues. And if you ask the regular Oregonian where their priorities are, where the money should go, it's maintenance over those things. So we know that the legislature has to act to change the financial priorities for ODOT to allow them to fund maintenance. We have to act. And I think the governor painted a false choice when she said, we either raise your taxes or you can't do maintenance. That is a false choice. It's simply not true. We can if we change priorities within the agency and focus them.
Now, when you say changing priorities to prioritize maintenance, what about new projects? Do you think that ODOT put more of an emphasis on new projects instead of maintaining what they already had?
Well, we've spent millions already on projects that haven't transpired. Take the Interstate Bridge project. How many hundreds of millions of dollars have we spent just studying that project? And we end up with a $9 or $10 billion bridge that's a double-decker that ships can't even pass under. We could build that bridge for $3 billion. We would have a nice, beautiful bridge that would safely and efficiently pass traffic and have bicycle lane and walking lanes. But we have chosen to take another path that is very expensive. And I look at those projects and I think that's a boondoggle of a project. We could do it a lot cheaper. We can save not only federal dollars, but Oregon taxpayer state dollars in the process, and those dollars can be used for maintenance.
What's the status of the petition drive right now?
Well, the governor signed the legislation late Friday, didn't tell anybody about it. We learned on Monday with the press release. So we immediately went to the Secretary of State, and they worked very well with us. They knew we were coming. We prepped them. So by Wednesday evening, we had approval for our petition. So on Thursday morning, the printers were running. We're printing petition sheets. I brought one here for you, by the way.
Okay. Obviously, I can't sign it, but I'd like to see what it looks like. Yeah.
But we started printing on Thursday, and by about 11 o'clock, we were gathering signatures yesterday. So we're rapidly deploying and rolling this out. We have sites identified and in action right now. We're rolling out more sites. We have over 4,000 volunteers that have signed up on our website, notaxor.com, to help gather signatures. That is unprecedented. We have 60 petition captains across the state that each have their own team of volunteers, each have their goal for signatures. We're going to get this done.
And you're looking to get this on the November
2026 ballot. Yeah.
Representative Ed Diehl, thank you very much for being on Eye on Northwest Politics.
Thank you, Ken.